It's been a month since floods swept through Kenya. More than 290 people died and some 200,000 were displaced. The devastation hit one community after another. And so did the helplessness and anger as it emerged. The government was aware the floods were coming and set aside funds for a response, but did not act sufficiently. Still, the affected people are trying to pick up the pieces, as DW's Mariel Müller reports.
The deluge took everything from Kevin Uma, his home and his business, the local cinema. And it also robbed him of his brother, Lawrence. He's still struggling to fully comprehend what happened that night in May.
Here where I'm sitting now is where the cinema used to be. My brother died here. What I'm holding used to be one of the benches. I wonder if he sat on it.
Lawrence was just 19 years old. The night the waters came, he was working at the cinema. The flood swept down the valley without warning and crushed him.
I saw my little brother every day. I didn't imagine he'd die like this. It's so painful. We always sat together chatting. He'd tell me about his dreams.
Kevin was powerless to prevent his brother's death. But the government wasn't, he says. It didn't act despite forecasts of heavy rain.
If the government had warned us, we'd have taken care of ourselves. My brother would still be alive now, and we would be laughing together.
The deluge also left Kevin homeless, like 200,000 other people across Kenya. And their numbers are rising, not just because of the floods. The government has ordered the demolition of buildings standing too close to rivers to prevent further loss of life. That means evictions, mainly targeting low-income areas. Rights groups say people are being forced to leave their homes with little notice and with nowhere to move to. They say President William Ruto should have acted much earlier.
He contradicted the meteorological department. He refused to follow advice. Right now he's evicting people without following any criteria, without following the law. You have to govern a country with a certain set of standards, and those standards are defined in the law.
We asked the Kenyan government for an interview, but got no response. President Ruto promised anyone whose house was demolished the equivalent of $75 in compensation. But it's not just people's homes. These children were not spared. This is all that's left of their school. First it was submerged by the floods, then the excavators did the rest. Now these 12-year-olds have to learn in a tent.
The sun is hitting us, we are on the tent is bad. I'm feeling so bad because I cannot concentrate because people are coming here shouting. You are not hearing what the teacher is telling us.
School founder George Mijondo says he's not received any help from the authorities.
We were asking the officers that, we have children that should be taken care of by the government. Now, what do you have for them? They had no answer. So the situation here is really unfortunate that we have a government that is not caring. Yet, we as the community, we have to do what we can do to support them and also to become of what they dream to be in the future.
Soon these pupils have to take exams. But for many, their trauma means it's hard to focus on learning anything right now.
I miss my house, our house so much. Our home go with the water and everything in the house. My mother have a lot of stress because of school fees.
Even so, Lucrecia hopes those fees can help her achieve her dreams. She wants to become a teacher.
I want to teach people who are having disability of talking.